Hello there. Welcome to Monmouth in Focus, the show that talks about government functions and not only just government functions, but all vital parts of Monmouth County. And today I'm happy to have Adam Phillipson, CEO at the Count Basie Center for the Arts, which is a vital part of the economic engine here in Monmouth County. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks so much. Happy to be here with you.
Oh, thank you. And again, I want to thank you, your staff, all the arts industry for all they do to make Monmouth County, so successful in that field and more importantly in the tourism field. This has been different and it has been really hard on you guys there. And COVID-19 has impacted numerous businesses throughout the county. How has the health pandemic impacted Count Basie specifically?
Yeah, I mean, it's been devastating, Tom. Since since March 12th, when we had Tony Bennett on the stage, that was the last time we had our doors open. So it's been, financially, it's been an impact. I think it's been, just an emotional upheaval in the community in general, not having shows at the Basie to be able to stimulate, the tourism and people coming to town to eat and drink. And it's been devastating. We have, we've been more nimble than most, but in general, the arts will be the last to really get to open. And it's really tragic.
It is. It so much is. And, I frequent Red Bank often, and you could actually sense it. You guys are the hub there, because when you have a packed house, those packed houses are going to other venues before and after the show, which obviously, drive that economic side. Now, as the freeholders, and I want to thank my fellow freeholders because we have realized the impact. Unfortunately, financially, we do the best we can with supporting some of your programs there, but we also had the CARES Act money that we decided, okay, what can we do to help assist them? Because not only were you losing revenue, on top of it, you were incurring expenses. So fellow freeholders, we started The Show Must Go On in Monmouth and helped support that. How did that help you guys there in particular?
Honestly, it was a lifeline. And really thank you so much for your leadership and the freeholders. It's to have heard as a sector that, you guys recognize how important the arts are to our community, to our county. First of all, that alone means so much. But, in terms of just the nuts and bolts of it, we've had a lot of expenses incurred for PPE, things that you never would have expected, but we don't want anyone touching tickets. So everything's got to be handheld and new systems to be able to walk through and take temperature and, all these things that you have to do to make people feel safe. There's filtration that has to change. I don't think it's really easy to understand how much has to change in order to be able to make people feel safe. So, that has been just an enormous support for us, Tom.
So, the big part of the support of the freeholders is the educational component side that you offer there at Count Basie, which is unbelievable. And so what changed? But obviously, as we all know, the schools have changed. And the attendance has changed, and the virtual schooling is brought into play more. So what changes have you made on the educational programs to continue during this time?
Well, I'd say that in probably within a week to 10 days, we pivoted to virtual. So the minute we knew that and a lot of that we could do, if you had a one-on-one class learning piano or violin, that's something that you could do really easily. When you had larger classes, that was harder. We were right in the middle of doing a Disney Junior production of Moana Junior. And, we had 60 kids that were rehearsing and so excited for the performance, which was canceled. And rather than going through a complete disarray of letting it go, what we did was we pivoted that too. So these kids for the first time did a full production on Zoom. They were rehearsing, and we actually filmed it. So there's just so much that you have to do, Tom, to be able to get people first online, and then, as we were able to a little bit, start to get people on site. And I think all of those PPE things that we've been able to do, and some of what we did over the summer, as when we were outdoors doing some things, we learned so much about how to make people safe and feel safe and actually be safe. and we applied all of that to our education programs, as well as, you know, anything that we could do on site.
So as everybody sees now, and actually when they drive past Count Basie looks a little bit different than it used to. And it's beautiful. It's stunning, beautiful. And I know that the Vogel Center and what has that generated, and what I guess you could say performances, what will it be moving forward with I guess you call it the Vogel Center.
Yeah, it's called the Vogel. Yep. It's a, you know, it's an incredible space. Again,
it
not
is
something
beautiful.
Isn't it, Tom? I know. And it's not something you can use at its full capacity yet. I mean, when it's up and running, you can have 400, 500, 600 seated, 800 standing. But, you know, within what the governor allowed us to do, 25% or 150, we spaced out tables at 6 feet apart. And, you know, we're able to have 150 people downstairs and upstairs around the edge of the balcony. And, you know, it sounds great. People have been coming out. It's been safe. We've been doing some really good programs. It's been, you know, singer-songwriters. There's just been so much that we've been able to try to do. Some comedians. We had a great comedian this last weekend. It's happening a little bit, but man, it's not enough to sustain anybody.
No, it's not those packed houses that we saw before that we hope to get to very shortly, which you will, because when people come and see all the efforts that you put in there, and I commend you and your staff there, because it's actually stunning. I mean, it truly is stunning. And, you know, the future is a little different. I guess it's going to be different in the whole post-pandemic era there, where we're going to have to, I guess things are going to change a little. People are going to be a little cautious for not when we hear that the pandemic is over. People are still going to be a little cautious. And I know you're working towards the future of that.
Definitely, Tom. I mean, I think as an industry as a whole, we're
Yes.
on Zooms and calls with the sector, you know, daily and weekly, just trying to figure this all out. How can we ever get people back safely? And, you know, even when there's a vaccine or whatever happens, and it's coming.
So, you know, in closing, I want you to know, and you could pass on to everybody in that industry, that the freeholders will always be supportive of the arts. First of all, I love the arts, and then more importantly, on a somewhat of a selfish side of it, Monmouth County needs the arts in the worst way. And so with both of those components, all my freeholders, fellow freeholders there, were so supportive, and we know the positive impact. And more importantly, I want to commend you personally, because it's not easy. It's a business that right now, like the rug was pulled out. And you got to try to put that rug back a little piece by piece, and you're doing it well. And I want to commend you for everything you've done. And you know that we're there to help you in any aspect.
We really appreciate it, Tom. It's really meant so much to us. And, you know, watching this community come together, you know, in support of the arts is something that's giving us all a lot of fuel to keep going until we can be back open. So thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you, Adam. It's great talking to you. Looking forward to coming to some big show soon. Thank you.
Us too. All right. Thanks, Tom.
You got it. Thanks, Adam. Bye-bye.